All right, we're back for part two of WTF Are You Doing ESPN? Right here exclusively on Spotify. Welcome back to another edition of Fake Dreamland Podcast. Your host, BABYBOY. Yours truly. I'm the host. So sorry I've been gone. I had business I had to take care of, and this is season 4, by the way. So anyway, the reason why, and another reason why I haven't done part 2 in a minute is because I've been checking out some of the big headlines that's been going on as far as the LeBron James versus Stephen A. Smith baffling, bitching about a lot of shit. Basically trying to get attention like he always does, because that's what Stephen A. does. You know what I mean? And I've been saying this for years. When it comes to him, he expects people to kiss his ass and obey him like he's God and like he's the almighty blah blah blah. But at the same time, when he comes at motherfuckers, he don't backtrack what he say and apologize for his one. He feels like whatever he does and says, he wants to make it clear that what he says is how he says. But at the end of the day, he didn't even apologize about that remark he said about his son. As a father, stop. Like, first of all, who the hell are you trying to tell one guy? And I'm not a fan of LeBron by no imagination. But I'm sorry, if you disrespect me like yo, National TV, fuck all that talking shit. We're gonna be throwing heads because at the end of the day, now you try to question me as a dad now. This ain't about basketball no more. Because first of all, you acting like LeBron is a fucking head coach. He's not a head coach. He acts like he's the owner of the Los Angeles Lakers. They made that decision for him to stay there for another 2-3 years or whatever long it is. Okay? So y'all need to stop acting like he's wrong. I mean, let's be real. Yes, he's the first NBA current player. One of the greatest players of all time, by far. Is he number 2? No. He's like number 4, number 5. That's how I tell you it's a fact. Okay? Because I can go from list to list. Fuck the stats. Stats don't mean shit because every stat's meant to be broken. That don't make you the greatest of all time. It don't. There's levels and levels and levels. And the fact that he won championships with more than one superstar disqualified you for being top 3. I'm sorry. Kareem played with 2 superstars. 2. And a star player like James Worthy, Michael Cooper, and Barry Scott. The list goes on and on. But they were superstars. Okay? He had a big 3. Oh, and let's not forget about that one guy, I forgot his name, who was on that movie, Cornbread Earl and Me. Cornbread. He had cornbread on the Lakers. Okay? Kareem had 5 in LA, 1 in Milwaukee. And he got 6 rings, won 3 college championships, 5 MVPs. He's already number 2. So how the hell he's number 3 under LeBron? That's BS. And that's Stephen A. Smith being a bitch. Because there ain't no fucking way Kareem is number 3 over LeBron. That's BS. That's BS. That's BS. I'm sorry. Kareem did more. He accomplished more in college, high school, and pros than LeBron did. LeBron skipped college because he wanted that bread and wanted to get in the league early. Because he knew he wasn't going to accomplish anything in college like he would in the pros. Kareem did it all. And I've been saying this for years. If you want to talk about what legends or icons would last or matter or thrive in whatever era, I'm going to go ahead and say it. If you put Kareem in 2025, you're telling me, and I'm going to go ahead and do a reverse card, like Uno reverse card, right? When LeBron said, and matter of fact, I'm going to go ahead and mention that anyway. When LeBron mentioned on the Pat McAfee show, right, which it pissed off a lot of sports analysts, a lot of media. And I saw that shit, by the way, when they got in their feelings. And I ain't going to say who they are. They know who they are. ESPN. They got in their feelings, right? They talking about Oh, that's disrespectful. That's disrespectful for the guys that came before you, blah, 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 blah. How is it disrespectful? And he just, is speaking his opinion. But he want to say, oh, Michael Jordan will thrive in this era, which he could, which he will. I'm not saying he could. He will. Jordan would have scored 50 goddamn points. He would. 50 points? Hell yeah, he would. If he wanted to, he could have scored 50 in the game if he choose to. Because there's a difference between LeBron and Jordan. LeBron didn't give zero fucks about no stats. All he cared about was winning, and winning championships. And let me speak that. Let me repeat myself one last time. All he cared about was winning, and winning championships. That was it. That's why he got 6 and lost 0. That is his ultimate accomplishment. Yeah, he got 5 Finals MVP and All-Star MVPs and shit like that. Created the most iconic shoe, became an international global icon, made the NBA billions of dollars, and introducing international players to the league. I said it. Jordan's the reason for that. Magic was not an international global icon. Bird was not an international global icon. Jordan was. Point blank. Ask me this. Name any country in the world that don't know about Michael Jordan and the shoe brand or the logo itself compared to LeBron's and come back to me. All right then, shut the fuck up. Everybody knows that Jordan... Bro, niggas is killing niggas over his shoe. I don't see one person saying, oh, hey man, you know the LeBron 20s or LeBron 23s or LeBron's whatever that's out. Hey man, I'm finna go to the high school and I'm gonna rob that white boy for his LeBron's, and oh my goodness, I'm gonna take his shit, I'm gonna beat his ass, we're gonna run, and I'm gonna hide this shit, and then I'm gonna wear it and act like, you know, or I'm gonna stick him up for them. You never gonna hear that. You never gonna see that. And again, some of his LeBrons are tough. I'm not gonna deny. I have one LeBron shoe, and it was tough. You know, I had the black and purples, right? Why I got those? Because those were the only Lakers shoes that was black and purple and gold back then. They didn't have no Lakers Jordan ones yet, and I know because I couldn't find it at the time. They have it now that you get online, but back then they didn't have it. There was no black, purple, gold, or white, purple, gold, or gold, purple, black. There was none of that back then, okay? Like, that was rare to find Laker colorways, because back then, like, even when I was coming up, there was always green and whites, or blue, red, and whites, or blue and black. And I'm talking about colors that was for the NBA teams. You barely see black, purple, gold, or purple and gold anywhere in shoe stores. There wasn't like that. You know what I mean? And I'm not talking about the Magic Johnson. I'm just talking about overall. So that's why I had that shoe. Other than that, I would have never got it. The point is, right, when we talk about greats all time, I'm not talking about that bullshit, that patent record breakers. That don't mean shit. Why? Because anybody can break that record. Because let me ask you a question. If that's a big deal, then why in the fuck that LeBron didn't break Wilt Chamberlain's 100-point game and then score 101? None of y'all gonna answer that question. None of y'all gonna think about that. Y'all be like, cause there ain't nobody that could do that. Okay, then why the fuck are y'all sucking his dick talking about, oh, he broke this stat record for regular points in regular season, blah, blah, blah. LeBron had played over 20 plus years. 20 plus years. Of course he's gonna break that. Let's be real, ladies and gentlemen. Let's be real. Let's be real. I just wish people can stop glazing, a.k.a. dick riding LeBron James every single fucking week. From Castanet to Nick Wright to Shannon Sharp. Hell, even Gilbert Arenas is sucking his dick from time to time. Yes, he is. Yes, you are, nigga. And I love Gilbert Arenas. I grew up watching him. But you are sucking Stephen A. and LeBron's dick super hard. I'm surprised your mouth ain't bleeding, my nigga. And don't get me started with Shannon Sharp. And I love Shannon Sharp. I grew up watching him when he was a tight end for the Denver Broncos and Baltimore Ravens. Shannon Sharp was my guy. And Uncle Shay Shay is a hit. It's a national treasure hit. Don't get fucked up. But please do not tell me that Shannon Sharp is not glazing him. Because he is. He's glazing him. And it's okay. And it's okay to admit that fact. But yeah, man, listen, man. Shannon Sharp is one of the biggest glazers in the TV media today. Let's get that out too. If not, one of the biggest glazers. You know what I'm saying? He's a big glazer. He's getting close. Oh, sorry about that. I'm getting close to glazing LeBron nutsack. Go, James. Go, James. Let's shut the fuck up. James, go. I'm surprised he had Go J mask yet. He only wore it one time. But I guess he didn't want to outshine Stephen A. Smith, bitter ass. Because I'm going to say it once, I'm going to say it again. When he was on Undisputed, he had freedom of control to do whatever the fuck he wanted to do. This man had Hennessy. This man had Black and Mild. This man had whatever. Hennessy, a cigar, goat mask, all that shit. He ain't doing that ESPN. You know why they not letting him do that shit? Because ESPN is PG. Undisputed, when it was around, it was TB14 or was it? I think it was TB14. I can't remember what it was. PG13, some shit. I don't know. I can't remember. But anyway, he was doing shit on Undisputed that he can't do anymore. And I understand why. Because, he's on ESPN, a.k.a. ESPN/Disney. So anyway, back to what I was saying. So that's what I'm saying. The point I'm saying is, when it comes to LeBron James, he's going to be talked about as long as whatever Stephen A. likes him or not, he's going to talk about him. Because like he always says in the best, I'm not paid. I'm paid to talk about you. I don't have to talk about you type shit. I'm like, okay, I get it. You made your point. You said about Kevin Durant. You said about a lot of people had beef or whatever. Which I still believe he has beef with Kevin Durant today. Because after all, he was talking crazy about Kevin Durant again. But yet, I almost forgot about that. Where was the smoke when you was talking? Where was that at? Now you want to say me to LeBron James because the biggest star in the league. Oh, man, shut the fuck up. I'm like, are you serious? I was like, man, this motherfucker's top. I'm like, all right, what we say? Bottom line is, ESPN, whatever they like it or not, they got issues. And the point I'm trying to get to is when I say what the fuck ESPN talking about, plus I feel like they doing this shit because they know it's gonna help decrease the race. Like think about it. When Stephen A. Smith responded to this shit, right? I think it was the second. What was this? I think it was the response when LeBron was on Pat McAfee's show. It had 1 million views on YouTube. 1 million, right? Within 24 hours. 1 million. And the reason why I know that because I saw it. He was talking about Greens on ESPN. He was on his podcast show on YouTube. Like, don't subscribe to it if you like him. I ain't subscribing to him. But anyway, he was talking mad things. He even said, that's what, but you at when Kobe Bryant had a funeral, you wasn't there. But then backtrack, talk about he was there, but he wasn't on the camera, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, stuff are you talking about, old man? Like, this is what I'm saying. These old motherfuckers, they, bro. And by him being a New Yorker, and I've been saying to you, New Yorker has this bitterness that is bigger than the biggest. He's one of the most bitter sports outlets, biggest media giant. I mean, in a media giant like ESPN in the modern day. He is bitter, bro. He's not like when anyone or anybody talks down on him, he gets his butt. And then he want to bring up the fact, if you want God, blah, 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 this is the only, which is true. But here's the thing. Name me one time that Stuart Scott ever had beef with any player in the 90s and 2000s. You know why he never had that beef? Because he knew to separate professionalism and BSism, bullshitism. Understand what I'm saying? Professionalism, bullshitism. Professionalism, bullshitism. Okay? Bullshitism. That's my word. That's the new word I'm creating for 2025 for all them bullshitters, all the naysayers, all the hating assholes, niggas,
punk ass bitches, all that shit. Y'all got that bullshit lizard in y'all veins, nigga. Y'all got that bullshit lizard in y'all soul, in your heart, in your eyes, in your nose. Stephen A. got that. He's the king of bullshit lizard. When you're in your feelings, that's what happens. And instead of being a man, and then you're talking about he did his feelings, acting like a child, blah blah blah. Then what the fuck? That makes you a crybaby, hating ass bitch, a bitter old man, a jealous, envy piece of shit. And do not tell me that he wasn't his goddamn feelings when LeBron was on Pat McAfee show. Yes, the fuck he was. You know why? Because Pat McAfee is one of the biggest figures, not just in media, but he's the biggest figure in sports entertainment known as WWE. This man's on Raw on Netflix. He's on ESPN. He still got his YouTube going on, okay? Because I think he has a platinum plaque, I think. Platinum diamond plaque, some shit on YouTube before he joined ESPN, making that money. Former kicker of the Indiana Colts, right? Everybody loves Pat McAfee. Everybody does. Can't say nothing bad about it, right? Okay. You telling me that Stephen A. wasn't bitter the fact that LeBron was on his show and not his? Of course he is. He could say, I was never like him. He was never like you. Blah blah blah. I mean, listen, and again, I'm not speaking for him, but again, if he does end up kissing his ass and sucking his dick and end up being buddy with him, I'm gonna look at LeBron. I'm like, dude, you a bitch. And listen, LeBron's always been a bitch as a man. He's always been a bitch to me. And I'm not gonna say too much because I'm gonna let it slide. But I'm gonna tell you right now, and this is what first they said. They mentioned about LeBron and Michael Jordan will never be friends. Da, 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 da. I say, listen, it don't matter if they friends or not, as long as they have a respect for one another. It don't matter if they become friends. Was Kobe, Michael Jordan friends after his career was up? Probably not. But does that mean they hung out every single day, every single week? Hell no. Michael Jordan got a lot on his plate. When Kobe was alive, rest in peace to Kobe. He was doing a lot of things as far as TV shows and books and all that. But that don't mean they didn't have love and respect for each other. Do I think friends? I don't know. Do I think LeBron and Michael Jordan will be friends? Well, it knows. But one thing I didn't like.
And this is where the what? Hold on.
Sorry about that, my wife. The point I'm saying is the WTF moment is when he had and I'm just like, what the F are you talking about? So now you're trying to tell Michael Jordan and LeBron they never gonna be friends because you said it? This is what I mean by bullshitism. You are creating this narrative speaking for two grown ass men because of what LeBron probably said, which I already know what he said. I'm not gonna say anything. Well, actually, I'm going to say it anyway. When he mentioned that he's the greatest of all time, blah, 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 I'm like, hold up a second. Hold on. Now, I get it. Michael Jordan never said that shit ever during his prime, but you telling me that it's not okay to be cocky and arrogant and believe in yourself, right? And express your own judgment for you are. But you want to give praise to Anthony Edwards for being confident about who he is as far as saying he's the best, blah, blah, blah. What is it? And that's what I mean by WTF. Are you talking about ESPN? And I get it. They pay that man over 100 million for 5, 6, 7, whatever it is. But my point is, if you're gonna talk about one player and you want to have beef with one player because he put you in your place on that, you need that same fucking energy with Draymond Green. Which I have not heard yet, other than said, I said sorry for you. Know that's your best friend. Which I'm gonna get on that in part 3 and later. So with that said, I'll be back sooner than later. Peace.